Okay. So basically talking about IICS, okay. So it stands for like Informatica, Intelligent Cloud Services. Okay, so Informatica is providing a different services which is on cloud. Okay, like they are providing application integration, which is to integrate different applications through Informatica. Like let us say we have some XYZ applications like Salesforce or some like AWS or I mean front end applications, SAP Hybris, whatever it is. Okay, so through APIs, through application integration through using the API protocols, we can integrate this application. Let us say we have some data in Salesforce and you have some data in SAP Hybris, and you want to interchange this data by doing some transformation logic. So we can use that application integration here. Okay, so basically application integration is to like integrate data between applications. Okay, similarly we do have the other important thing is like data integration. Okay, so this is like let us say the end database or the final database of the client or the organization is something like a Oracle or something like a MS SQL, whatever it is. Okay, so we are getting data from different sources through flat files or through some applications, whatever it is. So if you are getting data from different databases and you are integrating this data to a database, so this is we called as data integration. Okay, similarly, we do have some other services like IDQ, okay, informative data quality, which is used to like improve the quality of the data. And we have something like mass ingestion, okay, mass ingestion, which is to like inject the data through an, if you want to SFTP the files and inject the data to some databases, we can use mass ingestion and all the stuff, okay. So these are the like few services, okay, uh, which is Informatica is providing. Okay, if at all I log into Informatica, okay, so I'll Informatica login page just I'll show you here. It is not showing up. Let me open in private mode. See, when I open the Informatica URL, the login URL, okay, it will just ask you for a username and password. Okay, so when you try to log in into the Informatica, okay, these are the services provided by Informatica. I mean, this is a trial account, so you'll not be able to see all the services here. Okay, so this is the login page of Informatica. So Informatica basically it is an ETL tool. Okay, so it is basically an ETL tool. Okay, so whenever we are talking about ETL, it is an extract. Okay, so extract the data. It can be a flat file. Okay, it can be a database. Okay, or it can be an application, whatever it is. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, okay, so after extracting the data, let us say you are getting some data through a flat file. Okay, so the let us say some like you are working for some of the customer data. Okay, and you are getting the customer data, you are getting the customer data in an application, I mean in a flat file. Okay, so once you receive the flat file, let us say the flat file is a .csv file. Okay, so when you receive the data, there might be some logical checks or there should be some transformation logics that has to be applied. Okay, so after getting this flat file, we will be extracting the data from this flat file. That is a CSV. Okay, so after extracting the data from CSV, we need to transform the data. Okay, which is called T for T stands for transform. So you will be transforming the data according to your requirement. Let us say you are getting the gender as M, but you want to populate it as male. So this type of conversions, and if there is some join, let us say you are getting the customer data, and we want to check that customer data doing some lookups or some joins, whatever it is. So based on your requirement, there could be a transformation or there need not be a transformation. Okay, so once you transform the data, you have to explore it or you have to store it in the database. Okay, that is called load. So ETL basically is like extract, transform, and load. Okay, extract the data from the source. Okay, transform the data within the Informatica and load the data within the to the database. This source could be a flat file database or whatever it is. The similar way the load could be a flat file database or whatever it is. So this is the basically the ETL. So you guys understood? Okay, so talking about ETL tools, we have many tools. Okay, like we have some IBM data stage we do have. Okay, we have Informatica, we have Talent. Okay, we have MSBI. Okay, all this stuff. Okay, we have multiple tools. So Informatica is one of the tool. I mean, good upcoming tool and most tool. I mean, mostly used tool. Okay. So Informatica earlier it was like an on-premises tool. So when you're talking about on-premises tool, it is called Informatica Power Center. Okay, so Informatica has different types of tools like Informatica Power Center, Informatica MDM, Master Data Management, IDQ, Informatica Data Quality, okay, BDM, Big Data Management, and Informatica Power Center, which is an ETL tool. Okay, so in earlier it was like Informatica is like an just a second. Yeah, Informatica Power Center is an on-premises tool. Okay, so for this on-premises tool, we need to require first in a server installation is required, and after that we have to download the software to our local machine. Okay, after downloading the software, software, we have to like configure the repositories and all the stuff. Everything is an on-prem. Okay, but Informatica now recently, not recently, very recently, but recently like something like 5 6 years back, came up with an IICS Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services. Okay, in this IICS, there everything is a cloud-based uh, platform, which is like an iPaaS platform. Okay, everything that integration of data, integration of applications, this IDQ, mass ingestion, everything comes under a single login page. Okay, comes under a single login page like this. So as soon as using this login page with your credentials, login credentials, if you log in, you'll be able to see this type of page. This is the first enter and first login page. Okay, so based on your requirement, you need to use the services. If your client doesn't have application integration, he might not be taking the application integration service. Okay, not only this service, if you see, we have many services: data governance, data marketplace, data profiling, and all the stuff. B2B, many services are there. If you see, there are good number of services. In master data management, we have business 360, customer 360, supplier. This all is for like product, and all this is for like maintaining the data. If are mostly like we can say e-commerce website. So e-commerce website, they maintain the products. So this is product is related to the maintenance of the products. Supplier, for like e-commerce website, there will be a number of suppliers. Okay, so yeah, maintaining the supplier data. Enhancing the supplier data. This for customer. This type of stuff. Okay, we have good number of services. Okay, so out of this, the major service, important services like are like data integration. Okay, which is to integrate the data. Okay, and after data integration, you have developed some mappings, and you want to like monitor the mappings. So that is called monitor service. Okay, next is application integration, which is to integrate the different applications, and you want to monitor the jobs of application integration. It is for application integration console. Okay, and the other one is administrator. Okay, this is also an important service, like configuring the secure agents, creation of new users. Okay, giving the privileges, giving the permissions. If you see, these are the these are the options available in administrator. These are org. Okay, these are org, just in basic org. So licenses, water license you have here. Okay, everything is in front end web page where we can just log in and play it around. Okay, so now talking about Informatica architecture. Okay, if you're talking about Informatica architecture. Okay, so Informatica architecture, when you are logging into the Informatica cloud, okay, so when you're taking the when you're creating then when you're taking an when you're taking a trial version or a client is taking Informatica account, okay, by default the cloud account will be there. Okay, by default the cloud account will be there. There's a cloud hosted agent. Okay, so this with using this cloud agent, few basic stuff can be done, but not more than that. Okay, just we can do the basic stuff like application integration, we can run it on cloud agent, but not data integration jobs. So this is the basic stuff, but it doesn't have much use. But in order to run this but in order to run this hey, give me a second, guys. Okay, so basic stuff. So now talking about the most important part is like a runtime environment. Okay, so if you go to administrator and runtime environments, this is the basic, like we can say the basic architecture or the important concept for running a jobs in Informatica. Okay, just a second. So talking about runtime environments, we can have multiple runtime environments within an organization. If you see this particular page, I have this laptop as an one runtime organization, one runtime org. Okay, and the other one is like Somo. This is one another runtime. So I have couple of runtime environments here. Similarly, I can create multiple runtime environments. So let us say there is a client XYZ and he has huge number of jobs to be ran, like some thousands of jobs he has to run. So if you are keeping a single server, which is a difficult task, I mean it will we can't only rely on single server for multiple jobs, thousands and thousands of jobs. So he might be going with multiple secure agents or multiple runtime environments in order to balance the load across the environment. Okay, so what will happen is when we're talking about runtime environment. Okay, so let us say a small example. Let us say in your laptop you have installed one MS Excel. Okay, you have installed the Microsoft Excel. Okay, that is an application. Okay, and how this MS Excel runs? It runs as a service in the in our laptop. Okay, it just runs as an service in your laptop. Okay, similarly when you are doing some mapping development or you're doing some application integration development and you want to run it, okay, for running that you need a server. Secure agent is nothing but a server. So when you want to run a server, there should be in this trial version, this laptop itself is a server. Okay, so I'm using this laptop, that is like this Asus laptop as a server. Okay, so this server will be responsible for running the mapping, like extracting the data from the source, transforming the data, and loading into the target. Okay, in real time scenario, in a real time Informatica project scenario, the server is a huge combination of systems or CPUs connected in a serial. Okay, and this laptops will be, I mean, this server will be used as secure agent here in Informatica cloud. So instead of giving this I mean my personal laptop as secure agent, I will use that huge I mean normal server, the huge server as an secure agent here. Okay, if you see here this trial version, you can't able to see all the services. These are like very minimum number of services, but you have very, I mean, large number of services, like more than 10, 15 services you'll be having here. Okay, so in this particular trial version, my laptop, access laptop is the secure agent. Okay, if you see here, see here, my Informatica cloud secure agent is running on this particular laptop. So this laptop itself is acting as a secure agent or a server. Whereas in a real-time scenario, the server will be like on-prem. It can be an on-prem server, it can be a cloud server like Azure server, and we'll be configuring it in the administrator here. Okay, we have some options. We can download the secure agent and install it on the server. Okay, we need to generate token and all the stuff. This is like most kind of an administrator activity. Okay, for our practice purpose we can install it on our machine. So this is the heart of the Informatica, which is responsible for running the jobs in Informatica cloud. Guys, understanding or a bit confused? If you want to repeat me again the securation concept, I'll just start it again. Okay, fine. So as I was telling you, like if you create this is I'll just show you the mapping. So this is one sample
Yeah,
mapping.
hi there, one doubt.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, actually, that runtime environment you are explaining, right? So, for example,
Yeah.
in the runtime environment, as of now, I am you are using your system. In that runtime
Yes, correct.
environment, if I install in my PC and I will share the code with you, my system data can access from the Informatica cloud.
No, no, this is not feasible for the trial accounts. If you see here, just a second. So if you see here, I had two laptops as runtime environments. I'm using the same account in another laptop, and I'm using the same account in this present laptop. Okay. So if you see,
Okay.
one laptop is like Prakash SS, another one is Somu. Okay.
O-
So, but even this Somu will be make available and it will be up and running fine only in that particular Somu laptop.
Okay.
Okay, and about this Prakash laptop, since I'm using this one, I can able to make the services up because your system is restarted normally, right? So I can just stop the services and make the services up.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Wherever
can't
you.
access the Somus connections, I mean Somus data in this laptop using the secure agent as well.
Okay, wherever
If
the
at all you
browser
want to
open.
use this, yeah, please tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell me please.
Yeah,
Continue,
if at
please.
all you want to use this particular user, okay, particular org or particular user in your laptop, you have to install your own secure agent. This
Okay,
is for the trial version related. If it is a
okay,
normal client based project and everything, it will be fine. It will be working fine. Everything will be same for every user.
okay,
Okay, but coming to trial version, it will be limited to this particular laptop itself because the laptop here itself is working as in a server, right? You
okay,
can't have the cross server, what we say, data access or whatever it is.
okay. Okay, you mean to say that
Okay,
as of now it
if
is
it,
a trial
this
version.
is a trial version.
Due to that we are not able to access other laptop. In the
Yes, correct.
in the if it is in a like a paid means we can access whatever the data coming from other laptops too. That's what you are saying.
Yes, correct. Yeah, if it is selling a normal project, okay, if it is a normal project, there might be have, like let us say we have couple of runtime environments. These runtime environments are no way linked to your laptop. Okay, these are
Okay,
like separate servers. Okay, so it will be
okay,
common for all the use. Let us say is we are a project having 10 Informatica developers, and all the developers will be using the same secure agent.
okay,
Okay, so he will be having the access to secure agent and the same level of permissions all the users will be having.
okay,
So this making the services up and down will be taken care of the administrator, or as a developer in dev environment, you can take care of that because the
okay,
CPU will be always running up and running, right? Since your laptop is shut down, this that means server is shut down. But whereas coming
Okay.
to secure agent, the server, the master server, it will be always up and running fine. We are no way going to stop the CPUs, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So is it clear? I mean, understandable to some extent?
Yeah, 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 understandable. So, in like in the real time scenario, for example, if we are involved in the five integrations, that five integrations up and run in this runtime environment. Based upon the
Yes,
choosing
correct.
of the runtime environment, we can acquire the data from the source. That's what.
Yes, correct. Yes, correct.
Oh, okay. So, but I am asking just for
Okay.
example, we cannot able
Mhm.
to have two, three laptops. For example, if you install in this PC and you are acting as a secure agent and bringing the Excel file to the Informatica cloud,
Yes,
my
correct.
doubt is if I install the same Informatica cloud agent in my system, and if I want to pick the data from my PC, it is not possible in the trial version. If it is paid, we can do it. That's what I understand. Am I
No,
right?
no. When it is in normal client, your machine is not in server, right? It just it will be in a different kind of scenario. Here, this is a trial version, so your machine is in server. But whereas coming to real time scenario, there will be a separate server, right? Which will be like having huge capacity, and it will be available for all the users.
Understand. I'm just taking a piece of example. Fine, fine.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so if let us say this is my server, okay, I want to create a flat file connection. Okay, when I'm creating a flat file connection, let us say some test connection. I'm just showing this couple of minutes. Okay, flat file connection. Okay, this flat file connection is to access the flat files from the secure agent. So now the secure agent, my system is like Bonu. Okay, so I'm using this Bonu access. Okay, if you see here, we can browse it here. I haven't given administrator permissions. Okay, so you can give the location here. Let us say C drive. Okay, some Tarun. Okay, and inside Tarun we have the flat file, so you'll be accessing this directory. But if I use this another laptop, I can't access to that server. Okay, just I'm telling. Okay, so this is all about like secure agent, the important concept. Okay, when you're creating the connections related to the when you're just a second. When you're creating the connections related to the database or flat files, everything has to be run on secure agent only. Without secure agent, we can't create a connection or we can't do anything else. Okay, if you see here runtime environment, I have given it as so. I mean, my friend is using this actually in his laptop. The same year he is using in the laptop, and he is working on himself. Okay. Similarly, if you create users to be created. If I want to, this is my org. This is my org data. There is an org. Okay, in this org, I have only currently two users. If I want to create a new user, I can add the user. I can give your email ID, and I can give the privileges to you, and you can log in and you can use this in a general scenario. Okay, similarly, we can create user groups. You can create the roles. We can create the connections. We have some add-on connectors as well. Not a very less number. We have a very good number of add-on connectors. We have Salesforce connection. We have AWS connection. Then Delta Lake, Data Collector. We have many good number of connections. See here. Okay, we have service now. Salesforce. So based on the requirement of the client, NetSuite, Oracle NetSuite. So based on the requirement of your client, we can just have a trial version of this and pay the license amount and start using these connectors. Okay, we have we have good number of connections, not very small. We have very number of connections, almost like 126 add-on connectors we do have. Okay, so in data integration, when I say click on new and create one mapping, see by default we have a source which is an extract, and we have target which is load. Transformations, we can have a number of transformations. Informatica has good number of transformations like aggregate transformation, expression, filter, and all this stuff. Okay, we have good number of transformations. So based on the requirement, you can have a transformation or you may not be have a transformation. Okay, so extract. If you require it for transformation, have a transformation and load it to target, or just you can have a pass through job. Okay, so while extracting in the source, if you see this is a source transformation, you have to just select the connection. So if the connections has to be created an administrator. Okay, after selecting the connection, let us say I have selected this connection. Okay, just a second. Okay, select the connection. Okay, under this connection, what are the all tables? These are different situation. Okay, what all tables you have, you can select the object here. Okay, and after that, go to the target. This similar level of setup. Just go to the target, select the connection to which table you want to load. Okay, select the object here and do the field mapping. Okay, just an extract from the source, do the transformation logic, load it to the target. Okay, so talking about transformations, we have some aggregate transformation to aggregate, do the calculations, some average, minimum, maximum, and all the stuff. Data masking, it is a bit new transformation in cloud. We are not having it in older versions of cloud and Power Center as well. So this is to mask the data within the runtime environment. Okay, this expression transformation. So whatever the functions are available in database, let us say concatenation functions, okay, rpad, lpad, these are functions in database, right? So you can use these functions in expression transformation. If I just drag and drop here, I'll just show you that. We have some built-in functions. See, we have these functions, absolute functions, abort functions, ASCII, choose character function, okay, and decode. These all functions are like most of like database functions. If logic, in string, okay, length. If we are talking about length of the column, okay, they have good number of functions. If you see here, length, lowercase, lpad, ltrim, replace character. These are all like most like database functions which we can use it in the Informatica. If you are just having this like this, so this is a syntax just like database, you remember, right? So ltrim, we are giving the field name here. If there are some spaces in the left side, just give in the gender field. Okay, just ltrim that similar way. Okay, so this is for this is what about expression transformation and filter. Okay, you are having some thousand records coming from the source and you just wanted only few records, you can have filter transformation. This hierarchy builder, hierarchy pass, these are very important transformations. Let us say you are getting the data in hierarchy and you want to convert into database like relational data, you have to use hierarchy parser. The vice versa, if you are getting the data in relational database and you want to convert into hierarchy, it is hierarchy builder. Okay, some Java transformation, some looping and all the stuff. Joiner transformation, just like database joins, how the database has four joins, right? Similarly, we have four joins in Informatica as well. Lookup, which is like left outer join. Okay, maplet, this is something like a reusable transformation. Normalizer, rank transformation, router transformation, sorter. Like if you're talking about transformations, some 5 to 6 transformations are very easy transformations, nothing to understand, I mean nothing complicated in that. And coming to few transformations, so we have to understand a bit more. If you're aware of like around 10 transformations, that is good number of understanding, that is good enough. Web service transformation, this is also an important transformation. If you want to hit the API and get the data from API and load it to database, we can use a web service transformation. Okay, these also new. These also in cloud only. These is not available in on-premises data, on-premises tools. Okay, union, transaction control, and all the stuff. Okay, web service is mostly like based on web. So there is an API. Let us say customer API, and you want to hit that customer API with some customer number and get the information of the customer. Okay, this type of transformations you can. I mean, this type of logics you can implement in the web service transformation. Okay, so I think you might have some doubts in the runtime environments, but when you are practicing that, and when you are I mean going forward, okay, while running the mapping and all the stuff, you'll come to understand how the runtime environment works actually. Okay, let us say I have created one mapping now. Okay, so the metadata of this mapping, like the name of the mapping, the source of the mapping, what all transformations in the mapping, the target of the mapping, everything is called metadata of the mapping. Okay, this metadata will be stored in cloud repository by Informatica, provided by Informatica. Let us say, because there should be some database, right? The information should be stored in one database. Let details of the mapping, the metadata of the mapping, like the source connection, target connections, the transformations, everything is stored in one Informatica provided cloud database. Okay, so after storing there, when you're trying to run this, okay, this secure agent or the runtime environment will be responsible, okay, to go to the cloud database, communicate as an agent between this cloud database and our Informatica secure, I mean Informatica server, front end server. It will go hit the database, okay, get the information of the mapping, and it will run the mapping. Understandable. This is also one of the basic feature of secure agent. It will go to the cloud database, get the information of the mapping, okay, and run it in the secure agent and give the result, I mean load it to the target database, starting from extraction of the source, execution of the transformations, and loading it to the target. This is also one of the basic feature of Informatica Cloud Secure Agent. Okay, so just like how we are using a join tran, I mean, if we are joining the two tables, how we are using the logic, the similar level of logic we have to do it here. So select the type of the join, okay, and give the condition here, on what condition we are going to join, and all the stuff. So if you are some having some background knowledge of database like SQL, like some 30 to 40%, you will be understanding very easily. I mean, ETL will be very easy for you guys. Any questions, or you want to get some demo on some other topics? If you have something to know, please raise your hands or feel free to ask me.
Yeah, Tarun, can you have one source, live source, and live target? Can you show it for
Live
us?
source and live target, right?
Yes.
Just a second. Give me a second. I will just try to get another laptop.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, yeah, I will do that. I will do it. Just a second. I'll try to create one more connection. Or you stay on that? ఒకసారి ఇన్ఫర్మేట్ లాగిన్ చేయండి. ఎన్ని డేస్ కున్నా ఎన్ని డేస్ కున్నా ఎన్ని డేస్ కున్నా just a second. I haven't configured anything in this laptop.
Yeah, sure, sure. Please.
I'm just joining from another laptop. Okay, give me just a couple of seconds, couple of minutes. Sorry. Mm. I'm muting it here, okay? I'm just stopping the screen share here. I'll just join from another laptop, okay? Give me just a couple of minutes. Yeah, hi guys, I'm back. I'm audible. I have joined from another laptop. Uh, so am I audible, guys? Okay. So let me share my screen. Just a second. My presenter. I'm not able to present the screen. Give me a second. I'm asking to make me as presenter. So guys, able to see my screen? Sorry, I was talking on mute. Hello.
Uh, yeah, we are able to see.
Okay, thanks for
Yes, we
confirmation.
can see.
Yeah. Okay. So when I'm clicking, so this is a different machine. Okay, I was showing you right. This is a different machine. The same login, but it is a different machine. If you see administrator, this is a so much machine. Okay. Just a second. Okay. See if you see this is a so much machine. Okay. Earlier, if you so much machine. Okay. Earlier, if you remember the connections, it was not able to do that because the connection is hosted on Somu machine. Okay. Now when I create a new mapping, okay, the mapping. So this mapping will basically have the source and target by default. Without a source and target, it is not a mapping. Okay. So source. Okay, I have only one connection. So if you see, this is the connection Oracle demo. Okay, and when you select this connection, we have multiple options. We can write a query, we can parameterize the object name, we can select multiple objects, or we can select the single table. Okay, if I'm click on select. Okay, so what are all the database tables available for that connection or for that schema? All these tables will be visible here. Let us say I'm using some cricketers. Okay, there is one cricketers. So I have selected the connection. Okay, I have before selecting the connection, I have to configure the connection. I have to give the host name of the connection, schema name of the connection. I mean, schema name of the database, host name of the database. See, these are all the connection properties for Oracle. See here, I have given the connection name, type is Oracle, okay, and runtime environment I have given it. Oracle subtype is Oracle on-premises database. Username is system, password, and host name. This is a trial version of Oracle, okay. Port number, service, that is the schema name, the code base, and all the stuff. Okay, after creating the connection, so what are all the tables available for that connection will be visible in this option. And when you select the object, we can see the metadata of the table, like what are all the columns in the table, what is the data type of the table, so what is the data type of the column, what is the precision, what is the table name. We can see it in the field section. So this is all about the source. If you want to do some partitions, we can do the partitions as well. Key range, using key range and all the stuff. I mean, this is something like more some new topic. I'm not new topic, advanced topic. Okay, so this is how you select the source. If you have some other like flat file, okay, let us say you have a flat file connection. Okay, drag it from the source, and in the source you can select the flat file connection. If you have flat file connection, the drop down, select the flat file connection. Okay, so this is Oracle connection. And target, also the similar type. Okay, go to target, select the connection. Okay, single object. Okay, I want to just select to which table I want to load. Okay, if I want to, let us say I am taking the data from cricketers and loading it to the cricketers itself. Okay, let us say I'm loading to demo cricketers. Okay, when you select the target object, yeah, when you select target options object, we have few operations available. We have insert, that means the records will be inserted. Okay, update, if that means the record is already existing. If you're giving some key field, let us say we have some customer table, cricketers table. Okay, so let us say cricketer ID is already existing, like Tendulkar is already existing in the cricket demo cricketers, that we have to update it. So on what column we want to update? I want to update it on first name. So this is the update column. So if the first name is already existing, to update the record. Okay, we do have some other options like upset. If the record is existing, it will update the record. If the record is not existing, based on the first name, it will insert the record. This is all about upset. Insert, update, upset. Okay, delete and data driven. So delete and data driven, if you want to delete the record based on the one of the column, we can delete the record. And data driven, it is something like what we can say, update strategy. Okay, this is also a bit kind of upset operation, but it works in a different concept. Okay, we have dd update, we have dd insert and all the stuff. Okay, we have to configure that. We have first configured it in the expression, and we have to call this expression or here, or we can write a syntax here. If some so and so field is null, then dd insert. If so and so field is not null, dd update. This type of logics we can write it here. Okay, so let us say if you are using an insert operation, okay, we have some options available: truncate target and enable target bulk load. If you enable this truncate target option, so whenever the load is happening for this demo cricketers, okay, it will truncate the data first and it will start loading. This is the use of truncate target. So it will truncate the target table first and load the data from the source to the demo cricketers table. Okay, the next option is enable target bulk load. Okay, so this is to like if you are loading huge number of records, some lakhs and lakhs of records. Okay, if you enable this option, the data will be committed to the target database in a bulk fashion. Okay, this type of properties, everything you can see in the mapping configuration task, how much number of records you want to commit at a single time and all the stuff. Okay, so just now I'm disabling this. Okay, so when we have selected the target table here, we have target fields. So these are the fields in the target table: first name, last name, employee ID, date of joining, department, and all the stuff, and the respect to data types. Okay, and the precision. Okay, the next important one is field mapping. So these are the left side columns are the columns coming from the source, and these are the target fields. See here, incoming fields and target fields. Okay, so let us say I want to map these fields. So employee ID to be employee ID. In my requirement, I want to map first name to the last name. So the last name will be having the first name coming from the source. Similarly, vice versa, last name will be mapped to first name. Gender. I just want only the four fields. I'll just map the four fields and leave it aside. This is a field mapping. If you want to add one more field, just drag and drop. So what will happen is, just a second. I will just show you the data. I will just run the mapping once and I will show you the data. Just a second, guys. It is taking some time to load. Mapping is not saved. Okay. Just a second. I think it's saved. Just a second, guys. Just, okay, now see the mapping is saved. Okay, and what I will do is I will truncate the target table and before loading that. Okay, I'll just show you the data in the source. We have some option available here just to see the source data. We have preview data. It will just show some randomly 10 records, top 10 records in this preview data window. Okay, and I click on preview data. See, these are the few records available in the source database. See here, employee ID, first name is Rohit, last name is Sharma, gender, okay, his date of joining, department, salary, and all the stuff. Okay, here the first name is Rohit, last name is Sharma, Ishan, Kishan, Surya, Kumar, Cameron Green, like this. Okay, if I run this mapping, okay, so while running this mapping, I have to run the select the runtime environment. With the runtime environment, it can't be run. Informatic Cloud Version will not work for the data integration, And out of these two runtime environments, I'm selecting Somo because this is the machine. Okay. So when I click on, so this Somo will interact with the cloud database and get the information of this mapping, and it will make sure that mapping is completed. It will extract the data from the source, load the data to the target. This complete runtime environment secure agent. Okay, you can see the jobs in my job section available in data integration. So here you can see what are the jobs you have ran. If someone has run, X person has run, you can't see in my jobs. You have to go to the monitor service. See here, this is currently running. See here. So while running, so it read 11 records from the source. This is the log. It read down how many records? 11 records from the source, and loaded 11 records to the target. Okay, and if you see here, this is the name of the task and who started it, start time, end time, duration of the load. Okay, how many records, status is success rows, 11 records loaded to the target. Error records, there are no error records. And if you want to see the session log, you can see the session log here. Okay, so if you see here, if you go to this mapping, and here also we have the option of preview data, or else you can go to database and you can just query it here. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, so since I have mapped only 4 fields, you remember, 4 or 5 fields I have. I have mapped 5 fields, so the 5 fields data is getting populated and remaining fields are not getting populated. See here. Okay, and also what I have done, I have, I mean, given the last name to the first name and first name to the last name. That is the reason. See, last name we are getting Rohit, and source we have the first name as Rohit. This is a field mapping. So if you want to do a cross field mapping, you can do it. So based on requirement. Getting. So this is simple pass through mapping. That's it. You can place a number of transformations in between this available from the palette, left side palette. Anything else you understood how this ETL works? So this is the simple mapping, extract, load. That's it. No transformation. If you want transformation, just tag and have the transformation, whatever it is. So filter transform. Let us say I want only the Rohit Sharma record. I can just give something like this, right? Add a filter. I just wanted to give who are genders are males. Okay, only male gender. If I run this now, jobs.
I thought you say this is a Oracle is an on premises, right? In your PC, it is installed, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is on premises Oracle. Yeah, this is a trial version of Oracle, basically.
Okay.
Okay, so when I click the filter, what happened is from the source we have 11 records, but none of the records are satisfying the condition. So those records are not going to target. They got filtered here itself. It is not going out of this transformation. So that is the reason we have 0 records loaded to the cricket system. Okay, this is how we do a mapping based on requirement. You can have the transformation. While practicing, you might require this Oracle trial version. I have the document. I'll share it across. Okay, so anything else you wanted to just yeah, please. Hello, someone is speaking. Can you please, Praveen, right? Praveen, please tell me. I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah, yeah, actually, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Fine, right? So yeah, so that's what. So trial version will be like a trial version will be having a time of 30 days trial version. So you can have only 30 days of trial version for each one email. Okay, so you can have. I mean, Oracle is fine. You can have a number of days. It is not expiry. It doesn't have any expiry. But whereas coming to Informatica Cloud, it is a 30 days only. Okay, if anything someone wants to like know something else, please let me know. Or else, if you are fine, we can wind up the session, this demo session.
I Tarun, I'm sorry, I'm came late. I have a
Yeah, yeah,
question.
please.
For how many days
Okay.
this will be taught?
So this will be like uh, between near to 4 weeks, 25 days.
4 weeks. And what time? Which days? I mean,
The timings has to be like check with Visualpath. So what I mean, because we have different people, right? So according to all the considering all the things into the consideration. So
hmm
what time is feasible for all the members? We have to check that and we have to do that. Right?
okay. So it's 4 days a week, right?
5 days a week, Monday
Five
to
days.
Friday.
Oh, okay. One
Yeah,
hour each
yeah,
session.
1 to 1.5 hour,
Oh,
one to
okay.
one and a half hour.
Okay.
Yeah. If something
Thank,
is there, doubts, some personal doubt we might extend some other half an hour like that, right? So
and you will
if
be
you are
covering.
practice,
Sorry,
yeah, please.
you will be
But if
covering
you're
all the
if one day,
all the mappings, like all the transformations.
I will be covering all the, yeah, all the transformations. We have some good number of transformations. I will cover all the transformations has to be covered. Okay, and apart from this, we do have some other things like we have mapping tasks. Okay, mapping task we do have some this like dynamic mapping task. These are some advanced topics are the replication task. Okay, and synchronization tasks. These are some these are old tasks, but this dynamic mapping task is something a new advanced task. I will explain this one as well. We do have task flows, linear task flow, advanced task flow. Okay, we do have maplets. All this has to be covered. Some components will be covered like file listener, business services, and all the stuff.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, if on daily basis, if we have covered one couple of topics today, and if you're practicing on the day itself, even though you're busy with your schedule and all the stuff, if you're practicing on the day itself, you might be getting some doubts which will be clarified in the can be clarified in the next session. Okay, so if you're neglecting one day session, practicing one day, it will be a burden for the next day. So try to even though in your busy schedule and work and all the stuff, try to close it on that day itself. It will be easy for you guys to understand. Just a suggestion, that's it.
Oh, okay. Also, you'll be helping us installing the IICS.
Yeah, I have the documents with me, how to install the secure agent and how to configure the trial version of Informatica Cloud and trial version of Oracle. I will just share these documents with you. It has create one step by step with the screenshots in it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
So if all the people are from new to ETL, it will be very better. Because if someone has power center background, he might be not interested in this some basic stuff. But if you're all people are from new to ETL background, then it will be very good. If one or two are for percent, it's okay. But if the depends, because they might have all the exposure to these transformations, right? So they might not be interested sitting that much time and understanding these transformations. Yeah. Anything else, guys? Anything you wanted to know? If nothing else, please feel to drop off. Thank you, guys.
And the materials will be, and the recordings will be,
Recordings will be shared to you through Visualpath.
and materials, like if you have like course materials.
Yeah, not like course materials. If for Informatica is like from very past, okay. So we do have some URLs like Informatica KB articles. If you are getting some error, you can search in the KB articles domain. Okay, if you want to know some documentation, we do have Informatica documentation there. Okay, I'll just guide you through that things.
Okay. 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 Thank you.